Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to another TNA Throwback episode with TNA Against All Odds, our February pay-per-view back in 2006. Decent show planned ahead. It fills the full criteria of 150 minutes. Managed to hit 16 segments here as well. And yeah, every title is on the line as well, as we really hope to, as I say, establish who's going to be getting pushed going forward, but who's actually going to be a mainstay of our roster, and who we're going to be phasing out as we kick in to the year. So without further ado, we'll crack on with the show. As always, if you enjoy it, please leave a like. Any shares, retweets, subscriptions, all that jazz are all deeply appreciated. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at 21maxflow as well. But let's crack on with the show. So sold out 5,000 at the Americraft Expo Centre. It's in Florida. We're staying in Florida, so that's the main thing. Tonight is TNA Against All Odds. Jeff Jarrett has done everything within his power to ensure that he keeps the NWA TNA World Heavyweight Championship. His challenger, Christian Cage, believes this is his time. We've also got the Icon Sting, who arrived in TNA recently. However, everything has not been plain sailing after losing to Raven at the previous pay-per-view, who has formed an alliance, of course, with Abyss. Sting needs this victory and wants revenge over Raven, but if he wants that matchup against Raven, he must go through the monster Abyss. Also, we've got showcase bouts from the TNA X division, and our brand new Knockouts division has a match as well. This is TNA Against All Odds. So D plus 52, hype video there, show gets off to a strong start, storyline continues between Christian and Jeff Jarrett. So we start the show with that 6-way matchup, Samoa Joe's open challenge. There was a decent matchup that saw Samoa Joe defend his championship and retain it against Amazing Reds, Sabu, Alex Shelley, Austin Aries, and Petey Williams. In 11:02, when Samoa Joe defeated Sabu by pinfall, making his 4th X Division title defence. So D plus 51's okay for an opener, got the crowd hotter. In terms of in-ring performance, of course, balancing pop and performance, Samoa Joe far ahead. Next up would have been Austin Aries, so that's good to see. But yeah, good win there, giving other guys an opportunity. Disappointingly, no skill improvements. And if we go to our dirt sheet, a few negatives for low morale. But these are guys that just really needed an opportunity and got one tonight. Joe then cuts a promo after winning the match. Just says, "This again shows that I am on a completely different level to everyone else in this X division. I stand here still on my path of destruction. Never pinned, never submitted. This X Division Championship will never ever leave my waist. I still await real competition." So C plus 68, Samoa Joe continues to be dominant and unbeaten. Well then with Chris Sabin, who is with Jeremy Borash. And Sabin says, "Finally TNA management and general manager Eric Bischoff have given me an opportunity. This one may not be for the X Division Championship, however it's a chance to stop the hype, halt the momentum of Bryan Danielson, and prove to the world that he's just a nobody in this business. He's going to get a shock to the system tonight, a cradle shock." So D minus 40, of course, Mike skills have never been Chris Sabin's strong point, it's always been more of his wrestling, but yeah, decent promo to hype up that match. After a quick shoptna.com commercial, JB has then found his way to be with Paul Heyman and his client Bryan Danielson. Paul Heyman says, "How cute was that, JB? I mean, really? We are giving Chris Sabin a chance at history to add his name to a record of TNA wrestlers who have been unable to defeat Bryan Danielson. I'm not just saying this for the sake of saying it, but this man has the credentials required to become a future world champion around here, whether that be sooner rather than later." So D plus 51. I don't think there was anything else on that promo, was that? Yep. Tonight's Chris Sabin, your name goes in the record books with a big L next to your name. So Heyman just getting over Bryan Danielson, hyping up that match with D plus 51. The match itself was decent, which saw Bryan Danielson defeat Chris Sabin in 13:40 by submission with a bridging double chicken wing. So that's a C62, Bryan Danielson with 70 performance, Sabin with 39, so big improvements needed for Sabin. He improves technical skills, but overall, only negatives here, low morale, Danielson probably being fatigued because of Ring of Honor and New Japan commitments. Next up, in a decent matchup with the rematch for the NWA World Tag Team titles, and in this decent match it saw Ron Killings and Monty Brown defeat America's Most Wanted at 11:40 when Ron Killings defeated Chris Harris by pinfall. They make their first defence, a D+52, Gail Kim doing some good work at ringside. James Storm was off his game. Overall, just another showcase match for the tag division, putting over Ron Killings and Monty Brown. Then we've got our knockout showcase bout. It was a bout that had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling, and it saw the experienced duo of Lisa Moretti and Sara Del Rey defeat Kana and ODB in 10:28 when Sara Del Rey defeated Kana by submission. D42 heels had better performances here, but it is about building up the baby faces and eventually having a stronger division. But yeah, holding back match, storytelling match, done its job where it was placed. Then get a promo from Raven, and he says, "Sting, let's face it, pal, you're past your best. You're over the hill. You thought walking into TNA would be nothing but a piece of cake. You were good in WCW, but you were protected then. You've been out of action for years, and it shows. I beat you, and tonight, Abyss is going to beat you. But Abyss doesn't beat you. Abyss destroys you. Abyss sends you into retirement and the hell away from TNA. You want your rematch against me? Hell, you aren't even in my league these days." So a B-77 promo from Raven, hyping up the Icon versus Leader storyline. Of course, Sting joining TNA in late 05, but yet to pick up a win on pay-per-view. Could this be the match against Abyss where he gets his win? But it was a decent match, and Abyss defeats Sting in 13:42 following interference from Raven. A very disappointing D43, Sting with a 50, Abyss with a 45. The Icon versus Leader storyline did advance but gained heat. So yeah, Sting struggling to find his feet in TNA. Few negatives there. Worryingly, both men penalised for stamina. I think I did make this some sort of hardcore match. That does make sense. Let me just check. Booking details. Yeah, 1v1 hardcore, so that's cool. So that maybe hurt that match rate a wee bit, but yeah. No DQ. Abyss picks up the win. Still being a monster. Next up to our co-main event, Conan says, "Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles, for weeks now you've got lucky with a few fluke victories, so we went back to the drawing board. We no longer can allow flukes to happen. We believe in superiority by numbers, and it gave us great pleasure in recruiting Homicide to LAX. Homicide says, "I've been watching from afar, former rivals fluking victories over my people, over Conan, over Big Sean Hernandez. This stops now. No more luck over the Latin American wrestler. Tonight is a relaunch. We saw that LAX is now here in TNA, and we're going to win all the gold." So C-55, just basically the formation now of LAX, and it advances the storyline, although it did lose a bit of heat with that promo. Match was very good though. It was a decent matchup, and the numbers game did pay dividends here, with Conan, Hernandez and Homicide, the LAX, defeating AJ and Daniels in a handicap match in 14:18 when Homicide defeated Christopher Daniels by pinfall using underhanded tactics. You can see here C63, best performances of course from the TNA originals, Daniels and AJ with 65 and 62. But looking forward to a good feud here, and that will continue. Homicide improving Rumble skills. Leads us to our main event, just a quick hype video for a couple of minutes, C-55 documenting the feud going forward. A promo then from Christian where he just says, "For years now, I've been nothing but held back, and now it's time for me to show the world that I truly am a world champion. I think it's extremely ironic that over here in TNA, Jeff Jarrett is doing exactly the same as others in Stamford, hogging the spotlight over those that are more deserving. Tonight though, I will end Jeff Jarrett's stranglehold of the NWA TNA World Heavyweight Championship and start a new era in TNA, because that's how I roll." So C65, storyline gained a bit of heat, which leads us to that match itself. A great bout with decent wrestling, and it did see Christian Cage defeat Jeff Jarrett in 13:36 by pinfall. Christian Cage wins the NWA World Heavyweight title. So C60, Average performances from both, but Christian will build up, as I say. He'll have okay wrestling ability, but will need to build up his overness. Jarrett, of course, will need to phase out, because obviously of age. But yeah, decent matchup. I think you could tell by the thumbnail that Christian was going to win the title fairly quickly. And yeah, as you know in TNA, Jeff did take a wee sabbatical round about this time. And of course, after the match, Christian has picked up the win, and the crowd goes wild as he celebrates up the ramp and his music plays. He heads to the back, and his music stops with just Jeff Jarrett alone in the ring. He sits up and realization sets in that he is no longer the NWA TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He holds his head in his hands with a shocked yet sad expression as we fade to the end credits. So C plus 66, a new champion, and questions ponder for Jeff Jarrett. Solid pay-per-view, as I say, with the overness level that we're at the moment. A C64 is certainly more than acceptable, and it increases our popularity in the 11 regions in America that we broadcast in. So all positives just now, and we'll obviously give props to, I think we'll go Bryan Danielson, Chris Sabin, and to keep him happy we'll just put Alex Shelley. So pleased, pleased, and pleased. So I think it'll still be a wee while before we get the 70 rated shows. I certainly believe that will be once we probably get maybe Bound for Glory, maybe October. I do want to take it slow and get there, but we'll certainly get there. It's all going to be a slow process, considering where they were at that time, where TNA were at that time. So WWE re-signed Simon Dean and Super Crazy, and the pay-per-view was awesome, so that's good to see. And if we just quickly go here, 0.01, so that's a worry with the pay-per-view buy rate, because this is a long-term deal, so it may affect us in the long run. We'll see how that goes. But Sabu says Bryan Danielson has money, strap a rocket to the kid, and Sting doesn't like Hernandez. But overall, a few people with morale issues. Everyone that basically wasn't on the pay-per-view, bar the Guns, so that's cool. Jeff had a big push going forward, same with the Dudleys or Team 3D. The Naturals are just kind of there, but yeah, let's hope we'll give them little morale boosts and that, and drop money in their hands. So far, profit-wise, we're doing okay. Momentum's good. Prestige at 50, as you see for the size graph. It is going to take a long bit of time to get there, but slowly getting to cult. We stay at cult for a little while, and then it'll be a move from there. But no rush, as I say, it's just building characters up, building the company up, and going from there. So cheers for watching, guys, much appreciated. As mentioned at the start, all likes, etc., comments, shares, blah blah blah, etc., deeply appreciated. You catch me on Twitter at 21maxo as well. But cheers for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time, as we now hit the road to, drumroll please, Destination X. So cheers for watching, see you soon, bye.